Hey everybody, what's going on? I just woke up and I was thinking to myself, I have been meaning to do a video about all the shows that I am very excited to see this fall. Some of them have just started or already started, but I'd like to just share with you guys the top 10 shows that I am looking forward to this fall. This is a very personal list. This isn't about the best shows on television, although personally I think many of these shows that I'm about to list are the best shows on television. Number one, let's start with the most obvious. The Walking Dead is headed into its third season. The Walking Dead is on AMC. Now, lots to look forward to in the third season. It's probably going to be the best season yet. Uh, if you have read the Walking Dead comic, I've done many videos on that. You will know that the prison is the most exciting arc of the series, pretty much. So, lots to look forward to. That's where the season is heading. They are heading to the prison based in the comic, and they're also going to be introducing some comic favorites I hear, such as Michonne, and the actress that they have playing Michonne is awesome. She looks great. So very excited for that. That'll be starting on October 14th. So can't wait for The Walking Dead Season 3. Number 2, I have Boardwalk Empire, which has just entered its third season as well. That started, the premiere was on September 16th. Great show. Boardwalk Empire is definitely probably in my top 3. We came off of a very exciting second season, very shocking. Some people say one of the most shocking finales in TV history. Pretty surprising character death, but I won't go into any spoilers here. But yeah, we came off a very exciting season, and it's going to be hard to top it. But the writers are great, and like I said, it started 2 weeks ago, Boardwalk Empire Season 3, and the season premiere was amazing. It was really great. So they still got it. The writers still got it. The actors and actresses still got it. I'm very excited to see what the rest of the season has in store. We have a new threat, it seems. This new guy, Gyp Rossetti. So very, very excited to see what trouble he's going to be causing for Nucky and the rest of the characters. Number 3, another AMC show, which starts October 17th for its second season, American Horror Story. So I was a huge fan of the first season. For the most part, I thought it ended a little bit on a weak note, but I love the characters in the Harmon household. Now, from what we hear about the second season, even though a few actors and actresses will be returning, it's going to be a completely different story. It's not going to take place at the Harmon house. It's going to take place, I believe, at a psychiatric hospital, a mental asylum, basically. And it's going to just be a whole different plot line and everything, different characters. However, like I said, some of the actors and actresses from the first season will be returning as different characters. So I'm actually a little disappointed that we're not going back to the original story, but I'm very excited to see how they're going to play this off, and maybe it'll be as good as the first season. We'll see. October 17th for season 2 of American Horror Story. Number 4, another one of this show I've actually just gotten into recently. A couple of these I've gotten into very recently, actually. Treme on HBO, just like Boardwalk Empire. It started a week after Boardwalk Empire. The premiere was just last week for season 3, another show going into season 3, September 23rd, which was 7 days ago. And that show has just been really solid too. I think I enjoyed the first season of Treme a little more than the second, but the both seasons are just so solid. The characters are so great. It's basically just about New Orleans. Most of the characters are musicians. living after all the problems and the effects of Hurricane Katrina and how they're recovering down there. And it's really great. You really get to learn a little bit about, what has gone on down there. Some things that the public hasn't even heard about. It's a great show, an educational show, but the characters are awesome and the story's awesome. And the season 3 premiere last week was off the hook. It was great. So a lot of great music. If you're into like a lot of New Orleans funk, and that kind of jazz and music like that, you will love this show. Tons of jazz greats and funk greats are on this show. They make guest appearances. They play characters. An all-around great show and not that very well known. If you look at how many people watch, it's really not that many. So a lot of people don't know about Treme. Definitely check it out if you haven't yet. I love that show. I'm also a musician, so maybe I have a biased view. Number 5, Breaking Bad. Our third show already that I'm mentioning on AMC. AMC has just had some amazing shows, guys. Amazing shows. And Breaking Bad just ended its, how can I say this? Its first half of season 5. Its last season. A couple weeks ago. And we're basically in a mid-season hiatus right now. And season 5 is the last season. If you guys haven't gotten into Breaking Bad, get into it now. Season 5 returns the last half in spring 2013. So guys, if you have not gotten into Breaking Bad, it may be the best show on television. And that is not an over-exaggeration. A lot of people agree. I always think in my mind, at least for me, it's like Breaking Bad, The Walking Dead, Boardwalk Empire, and actually the next show that I'm about to list that are just like up top on the list, for amazing shows. Basically, the outline of the story for Breaking Bad is an ex-chemistry teacher who is diagnosed with cancer, and one of his past students decide to start making meth. And honestly, the story just unravels from there. It's incredible how the story evolves in Breaking Bad. Not much to say besides it's just one of the best shows on television, some of the best writing I've ever seen. So a great show there. Number 6, really one of the 2 latest shows I've gotten into, Homeland on Showtime. This show's incredible. We came off in a great first season, going into its second season tonight, September 30th. We're just entering the second season now, so the show's pretty new. We have one full season that was awesome. Homeland has won many awards. I know the Emmys were just happened, and I heard Homeland did pretty well there as well. So this show has a lot going for it. I think there's a lot of pressure on this show for an amazing second season. We left off last season where Brody's about to run for Congress, and it's just going to be amazing. I don't want to give too much away, but it's going to be ridiculous. Brody is this soldier who comes home from war, the current one of the current wars that our country's been involved in, and he has some things going on mentally, but then there's also a whole another story going on of basically terrorists, being followed by this, all these organizations and the government, and it all comes together because Brody actually ends up having to do something to do with all that, but I won't get into it without spoiling anything. So that'll be premiering tonight, season 2. If you haven't gotten into that, definitely check out Homeland. The Office for my number 7 slot. Last season of The Office, moving into a comedy here because I really haven't named any comedies yet on this list. On NBC, Office has been on NBC for its whole run of 9 seasons. We just started its 9th season 2 weeks ago on September 20th, or about a week and a half ago, I guess. The Office has been great. When Steve Carell left, the show has gone downhill. It's a little hard not to admit that. It's just the proof is in the pudding. If you watch last season, it just wasn't that great. I have higher hopes for the last and final season, the ninth season, just because they got to go out with a bang. I mean, they did have a pretty mediocre last season, and the ratings are showing it. I mean, the premiere I think only had about 4 million viewers, when even the last season's premiere had like almost 8 million. So it's gone down by almost half, and that's really bad. That really tells you that the show is on its last legs. But because of how legendary The Office has been, to know that it's on its last season and that we're now closing out the show, it's going to be really cool and great, I think, to watch. And there's probably still going to be some great moments, because even in last season's mediocre episodes, there were still some good moments. So, number 8, Community, another NBC show. That's going to be starting October 19th, coming up soon, in about, I guess, a little bit less than a month. There are going to be different writers now moving into Community, so this is going to be interesting to see if it's going to affect the quality of the episodes. A lot of people are saying it's going to. We'll have to see. I just got into Community, and I'm actually not finished with it, so I won't talk too much about it. But I'm really looking forward to seeing, if the fourth season's going to be good or not. Number 9. It took a friend for them to really convince me to watch this show, and I'm glad that they did, because I am almost up to date. Parks and Recreation on NBC. I know I just did 3 NBC shows in a row, but NBC has some good comedy material. So, started September 20th, the same day as The Office, and I have begun to love Parks and Recreation. I really have. I believe Parks and Recreation, what are they on there? Their 5th season? I don't want to say that without being wrong here. I'm going to just look real quick. Yeah, their 5th season. I'm actually on number 3, so I'm just getting up to date, and it was funny because I couldn't resist the last 2 episodes for season 5, so I've been watching them a little out of order. Either way, Parks and Recreation, I just want to say, I was a fan of The Office, so if you are a fan of The Office, give Parks and Recreation a chance, not just 1 episode, but a couple, to see if you like it, because it was a show that eventually grew on me. And then number 10, from my wild card, Sons of Anarchy. That actually premiered on September 11th. That's on its 5th season as well. And that is on FX. So, guys, that's my list. These are the shows that I'm focusing on. If you have any recommendations, shoot them to me. I would love to check out some great shows. Like I said, on the top of the list, I'd have to say top 5 out of these 10. In no particular order: Walking Dead, Boardwalk Empire, Breaking Bad, Homeland, and I guess I'd put Treme in there. Now, I do watch other shows, but these are mainly fall shows that I'm looking forward to. Not really spring, because, the springtime we have some things coming up like Game of Thrones and things like that. So there's still some things to look forward to this spring and the second half of Breaking Bad. So, again, give me some recommendations, guys, and hope you enjoyed this video.